Welcome to Exleys on the NFL.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, guys? This is Exleys on the NFL, the NFL Unfiltered UK style. I'm Tony. That over there is Steve. We are your hosts. We've got some blockbuster trades going on. Aaron Rodgers finally making a decision. Some big contract news and other ridiculous NFL random facts. So let's do nothing more than jump into it. So the biggest one, Myles Garrett traded to the Rams. The Rams have gone all in once again.
Who saw that one? I mean, I saw
Rams.
Myles Garrett probably getting traded a couple of months ago when they restructured his contract to make it easier to possibly trade him. I thought maybe they're looking to do something. At the end of the day, the Browns are if they haven't already started, they're in a rebuild mode. They need to rebuild that team, so they need the capital that they're going to get from the trade. But the Rams are in win now mode.
100%. They're gonna. I'm wondering whether they have now secured that they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl next year.
They're making a push for it. They are definitely making a push for the Super Bowl.
They got the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year on one team.
Yeah.
And then there's talks of Aaron Donald coming back as well. Can you imagine them two on the same field?
I can't see how they would do it.
On the same team.
That would be a nightmare for everybody. But I can't quite see how they're going to work it, but it would be insane to see that happen. Them two on the same defense.
It would actually be an electric game to watch. I wouldn't switch over and be a Rams fan, but I would definitely follow I'm definitely going to be following them this season anyway, just to see what they can do. Hopefully Myles Garrett performs as well as the Rams are hoping, because Cleveland receives Jared Verse, a 2027 first round pick, and a 2028 second round pick, and a 2029 third round pick. I mean, the Rams are just saying fuck it to their first round picks, aren't they, at this point?
The
Rams,
need them. Since 2015 have only used one.
Mm-hmm.
I think since 2016, because I think their first one in 2015 they used to pick Jared Goff, who they then traded to the Detroit Lions later.
Mm-hmm.
And they used their first round pick about 23 to pick Jared Verse, who they've now traded to Cleveland.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Every other first rounder they've traded away.
Who do you think is actually the winner of this trade in this situation?
It depends who you want to look at, how you want to look at it. If the Rams are in rebuild mode, Jared Verse is an excellent player to take. He is essentially a younger, smaller Myles Garrett. He's not as dominant as Myles Garrett, but he's still a hell of a defensive player.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. But if you're looking for win now mode, it's the Rams with Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I mean, he just broke the all-time sack record, so
But he is older.
But you think of it this way: he broke the all-time sack record on one of the worst teams in the NFL right now. What is he going to be capable of next season?
Well,
with the Rams?
if you look at the other side, even if he doesn't break the sack record again, he is going to be like Micah Parsons in Green Bay. They are going to be double teaming him.
Yeah,
which
100%.
will then free up other players to go and do what they've got to do. So even if he doesn't get an amazing sack record because everyone knows who he is and tries to stop him, it's going to free up other people to go to the quarterback. So whatever way you look at it now, the Rams are going to have one hell of a defensive line to go and destroy people with.
Yeah, I mean, he done that on the shittest team, debatably the shittest team in the NFL, while being double-teamed, and now he's moving to the Rams. They have one of the top 5 defenses last season. I think they may have just put themselves in the top 3, if not the top 1 spot, just by putting him. Or it could go the opposite way, the same way it did when Green Bay took on Micah Parsons and he gets injured. I mean, touch wood he doesn't, but it does seem to be the way it goes.
Yeah,
You get a player like that and they get injured.
but I do think if he isn't injured this season, it is going to be one of two. It's going to be like Mike Parsons and everybody just doubles and triple teams him, which then, as I say, frees up everybody else. Or he is just going to go on some monster sack streak
That would
and
be sick as well.
destroy every QB.
That would be good. I mean, he's going to be playing against the Eagles. I know for a fact he is going to sack Jalen.
Yeah. But the Eagles do sometimes, and quite often, the last couple of years, run jumbo package. So they run an extra offensive lineman instead of an extra receiver. So
I think they're going to be running that quite a bit with Myles Garrett on the field.
It could be that they run jumbo every play, that Myles Garrett is on that field.
So we'll move on to AJ Brown to the New England Patriots. The Patriots.
It was no secret.
No. Drake May gets himself a true number one receiver.
AJ gets what he wants. He gets to be number one with nobody behind him that is a true number one. That was the biggest problem in Philly. Smitty can now go on and be wide receiver one quite easily. Like, he could have since before AJ, but the difference is the combination of them two was insane. You essentially had two number ones on your line. But now, AJ's not going to have to share the ball. He's going to get what he wants, which is more targets, more catches. He's going to be able to get his stats up. He's going to be able to get... He could, if it goes well, he could this season get more yards in a year than he did in Philly. And I think in Philly, his biggest one was like 1,400. So,
and he gets himself reunited with Mike Vrabel, who he was with with the Titans. I've seen a clip of when they traded away AJ Brown. Excuse me. Mike Vrabel was not happy. He was not a happy bunny.
The Titans should never have traded him, let's be honest.
I mean, do you think now the Patriots have just stepped up their wide? Well, they've definitely stepped up their wide receiver room.
If nothing else, you can look at it this way. Even if AJ Brown doesn't go on some monster streak, doesn't have some amazing season, he is one of the more dominant people that has been in the league since he came in. He can at least teach this group that they've got. He is going to be the veteran presence in that room, probably. Yeah. He can lead them, he can teach them, he can train them, he can help them up their game. So if nothing else, that whole wide receiver room is upgraded.
Pardon me. Excuse me. While we're talking about that, I know it's a little bit off, but I just realised Odell Beckham Jr. has gone back to New York.
Yeah.
What do you think?
If you look at it, it's good for him. I get why he's done it. You know, I don't think he ever wanted to leave New York. I don't think that was a choice of his. I think if he could have had a choice, he would have stayed there.
It's giving what's his name? Jackson Dart. It's giving Jackson Dart an actual target that might actually be able to catch the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, the other thing is, again, going back to, it's going to be similar to the AJ thing. Even if he doesn't have a great year, he is going to be able to lead that group. He's going to be able to teach that group.
Mm-hmm.
So they've helped their receiver room. Because it's all well and good getting your receiver room and your entire team young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Packers done it, but you've still got to have some veteran presence so they can learn from the older guys. Because if everybody's young, like first or second season, there's nobody to teach them what to do when they make mistakes and stuff.
No, and yet when you think about it, he did have a good run in New York.
He did, and he's travelled around the league a lot, so he's seen a lot of different offenses, he's seen a lot of different play styles, defenses, you know, so he's going to be well versed in what goes on in certain situations and what sort of things to look for in what play styles, and he's at least going to be able to help out that receiver room and learn more so they can become a better receiver room.
It's a lot like Devontae Adams, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's bounced around a bit.
Apparently, I don't know how true this is, but speaking of Devontae Adams, part of the reason LA pulled out of the trade for AJ is Philly wanted Devontae in the package because LA wouldn't give up a one. So Howie was trying to get a second and Devontae Adams, but they didn't want to get rid of Devontae Adams, so they pulled out.
No, it's because
Apparently,
he's done quite well with LA, hasn't he?
So
to be fair,
it would have been interesting to see Devontae Adams on the Eagles.
yeah,
But I mean, they've restocked their receiver room even without AJ. So
yeah, they're not doing too bad, are they? Hey, Rashee Rice is jailed. Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice has violated his probation after testing positive for marijuana.
I saw this coming, I'm afraid.
He's been ordered to serve 30 days in jail and will miss OTAs and mandatory minicamp. Another distraction for Kansas City as they prepare for the season. What kind of bellend? He's
From the start,
idiot.
I saw something going wrong with it because he caused a multi-car pile-up. There was weed in the car. He ran away for 3 or 4 days, handed himself in, then got a suspended sentence. I was like, I was just waiting for him to drop the ball on himself, fuck it up, and end up having to serve the time.
Yeah. Well, there's it's just finally happened, really, and he's fucking.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
He's turning into Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
Getting himself in all sorts of unexplainable shit that he doesn't need to be doing.
Yeah.
But unlike Kadarius Toney, Rashee Rice is actually good at ball.
It's just fucking his career up, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And it makes me laugh that a lot of people that like the Chiefs, and don't get me wrong, Chiefs have been a great team. They had a down season last year. Hopefully they bounce back this year. But a lot of the fans are saying, oh, he shouldn't be ordered to serve the time. It's only a little bit weak. He knew the terms of his parole. He knew he shouldn't smoke weed.
It's not like he's been caught with a bit of weed. He's on parole. That's just fucking... It's the way the cookie crumbles. You get told off once and you get away with it. Get to do a little bit of parole. And then you fuck it up by smoking weed again. You get what you get.
Which he knew he shouldn't have been doing. So, you can't expect to not have to serve the sentence if you've broke your own parole.
Fucking idiot, really, isn't he? I don't personally think... I'm pretty sure he was up for an extension next season. I think it was the 2027 season.
Yeah, next off season he would likely be up for an extension. Unless he can come back and have a great season, I can't see it.
Unless he's rocking out, scoring 10, 15 touchdowns, I don't personally see it. Andy Reid is not going to want to give him that extension. Distractions. Yeah, off-field distractions calls for on-field distractions, in my opinion. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
At the Eagles.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh. He has signed a 1-year deal with the Steelers worth $25 million with incentives. Rodgers gets one more shot at and Pittsburgh finally gets their veteran quarterback. He done this last season. Dingle dangle, right up until the last minute. Do you reckon he can take him on a playoff run?
Well, look at it. The last 2 seasons he's been there, it's been exactly the same thing. They got to the playoffs on at least one of them and then got knocked out the first round, I believe.
Yeah.
The biggest problem for the Steelers is they should have, in his first year, drafted a QB.
Yeah.
Then they could sit behind Rodgers, learn from Rodgers, get ready. I mean, look what happened in Green Bay with Love. Is he the best QB in the league? Not necessarily. He may be better this year, but he got that time to practice, get ready, before Rodgers was gone.
Yeah.
Now the Steelers have nobody ready. And their current QB, they drafted a QB this year, I believe, like in the late rounds or something, or in undrafted. Then they were getting him to unlearn everything he'd learned in college so they could reinstall everything the way they wanted it.
Yeah,
he is not going to be ready for Rodgers when Rodgers is gone.
They've got Aaron Rodgers, Drew Aller, Will Howard, and Mason Rudolph. I'm just trying to work out.
Not the best QB room.
So, what position? Go by position.
I think this year should be Rodgers last year.
They've got Drew Aller, Penn State. He's 22, 24, 42, 30. So I'm going to say Drew Aller is their who they just drafted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But from what I remember, he wasn't exactly a high QB, so I can't see him exactly being ready for when Rodgers leaves. So I wouldn't be surprised if they look to draft a QB if they're high enough in the next draft.
Yeah. Who is their QB room next season? Next draft is supposed to be fully stacked.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a really good one. This is where Arch Manning's coming through and stuff.
Yeah, we don't watch enough college ball. We both have college teams, and we don't watch enough college ball to know. So that's going to be something we're going to be doing coming into the next season, trying to get on the college ball a bit better, so we can track.
Or at least trying to track some of the players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Colorado Buffaloes fan, and you are a Michigan fan. Fucking hell, Michigan Wolverines.
And I like Penn State.
Yeah, I don't like Penn State, but I like Vanderbilt and
Michigan's
Colorado.
the team I follow, but yeah, I follow Penn State a bit, keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many college teams to keep an eye on that it's keeping on top of it is really hard.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's all right, but I think I only like them because of Diego Pavia, and then the Buffaloes, I like them, but I've been following them since Deion Sanders went there, and I purely started watching them because of Deion Sanders. I was already a Green Bay fan, but fuck it. So, international games expansion. The NFL continues to push globally. Owners have approved the ability to play up to 10 international games per season. They also removed protections that allow designated home teams to block certain opponents from international games. I didn't know they could do that anyway.
No, I didn't. I only found out about that this year. Which I think is why certain teams have played a lot more games internationally than other teams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Philly's playing this year in London, but it's only like their second time.
Yeah, and the Jags... Who else are they playing? The Jags are playing someone else over here. The tickets have gone on sale already, and they are £155 a ticket. £155 a ticket.
Yeah, I was talking to Mum a little while ago, and I was saying I don't think we're going to get to go this year because the price is just going to be insane. Unless we can get in stupid early when the general sale goes in, we're not going to be able to afford it because they go so fast.
I know even the kids' tickets on pre-sale are £60, I think.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. They're expensive over there, then they're going to be expensive here. But when I think I said this last year, I think we both said it. The people that are season ticket holders over here shouldn't be allowed to be season ticket holders. Do you know what I mean? And the Amex pre-sale and stuff like that is bollocks because we miss out, but people have been 5, 6, 7 times. Going 5, 6, 7 times. When you look at the queue and you try and join, it's 30,000 people in front of you.
The biggest thing that annoys me is it is set up for rich people to watch the game.
Mm. Yeah.
You know, because I mean, when I got in last year, because I remember messaging you, I got in before you. Like anything under 200 quid had gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that was nearly half the stadium. So the other half was 200 quid plus, and that was nowhere near the sidelines. And now I get that's the same everywhere and what have you. But then look at what was I looking at the other day?
Baseball.
No, over here I was looking at something, a sport that's played over here.
Oh, okay.
That sometimes plays at Wembley, and I can't remember what it was, but they were selling Wembley tickets for like 20, 30 quid. And that was like near the pitch and stuff.
It's bollocks, isn't it? We're not going to get in unless we get loads of money when we win the lottery.
We don't do either of that, so high chance we ain't ever going.
Definitely not. So I actually would like to give a little shout out to a guy on TikTok. His TikTok name is First Down with Mr. Hart. He's on TikTok. He's heading over to America and bringing back authentic NFL gear for UK fans, which I think is pretty cool. It's not going to go through Fanatics. He's setting up a website. I don't know how he's doing it. But if you follow him and comment on his things and tell him what teams that you want to see, he is going to try and get his college teams and NFL gear, I think. Mostly college stuff. Because you can't really get college stuff. Yeah, you can't get college stuff over here very readily. Which I think is pretty cool. I just wanted to segue into that and just give him a little shout out. We haven't got a massive community. His community is probably bigger than ours. I have no idea what we're doing wrong, but whatever the weather. Let's move on to Exleys Random Gridiron Fact. So in 1970, Tom Dempsey of the New Orleans Saints kicked an NFL record 63-yard field goal despite being born without toes on his kicking foot. People thought the record would never be broken, and it stood for 43 years. He didn't have toes on his kicking foot. I can't even... Can you imagine not having toes on your foot? He kicked with a specially modified square front shoe. That must have given him a little bit of an edge, do you know what I mean?
I was just thinking that.
The goalpost was still at the front of the end zone back then, and when it went through, fans immediately stormed the field. I personally think that 63 yards...
that's a long way, whatever way you look.
Yeah, it stood for 43 years, that record. And even now, some NFL kickers can't kick that far.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, whatever way you cut that, 63 yards is a hell of a long way.
With no toes and a square shoe. It's crazy, isn't it?
I think the square shoe probably gave him a little bit of an edge, because you can't make it curve so much.
No, but
that's just wild. Whatever way
you think about it now, how many kickers can kick 63 yards?
I don't know if there's all that many.
It's a handful at best.
But speaking of kickers, I think their job is going to get a lot easier over the next 5-10 years. Because everybody's trying to push for stadiums with roofs and stuff. So there's going to be no wind.
Yeah.
So if they've got nothing affecting it, I think that kicking record's going to get demolished.
Mm-hmm. I can't kick.
People are going to be able. No, but these people who can kick stupidly far, when they've got a lot less wind, that's going to go a lot straighter. So I think they're going to start, instead of trying to work so much on aiming, they're going to start working on getting that distance and looking for ways. I think that 63-yard is just going to become. At some point, they're going to 63 yards is going to be almost expected of any kicker.
Yeah. Let's move on to contract signings, extensions, and trades. So the Packers make a kicker change. The Packers have released kicker Brandon McManus and replacing him with Trey Smack. We spoke about this when they drafted him. He is a hell of a kicker. Can't remember his stats from college. Trey Smack. Why is it put T Smack? Wikipedia, Trey Smack. College career. He's from Florida. He was 6th round, 216th. And he went 18 for 21 on field goal attempts. He broke his career long in the upset win against LSU, completing an attempt at 55 yards, and that's a college player.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. A lot of kickers are getting wilder these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially the young guys. They're different, aren't they?
But the NFL as a whole is kind of getting younger. I see it. At the sort of the more specialist places like receiver, kicker, QB a little bit. A lot of it's getting kind of younger for the athleticism. Everybody's wanting these two-way QBs that can throw and run, and they want the kickers with the strong leg and the real fast receivers and stuff like that.
It wasn't really a thing back in the day, QBs that could run.
No. But that's why a lot of, you look at a lot of the older players. Brady was one of them. That people of that early era, early 2000s or what have you, running wasn't a huge thing.
No.
And that's why they all put up 4,000 plus yard seasons.
Yeah, now it is.
Now it's a surprise when they put up 4,000 yards.
While we're on QBs, Matthew Stafford gets paid, and the Rams have agreed to a 1-year extension. The deal is worth $55 million and can reach $60 million with incentives. Stafford now has 2 years and up to $105 million on his contract.
That's too much money.
That comes just after they drafted Ty Simpson.
Yeah. Well, the point of it was they've already got him for this season. He's already under contract for this season. This is if he wants to play another season, the option is there. Which is why I say it's too much money, realistically.
Yeah, I mean, 105
if any of that's,
million.
If most of that's guaranteed, and he retires, does he still get the money? Does he not still get the money? Like, I don't know I haven't seen what the contract talk is or whatever, so I don't know if he's still guaranteed that if he retires. But if he is, that's a lot of money to have spent on a retired player.
Yeah, he's 38.
That's what I mean. He'll be 40 by then.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be 40.
And I know Brady and Rodgers have done that, but how much longer can you keep doing it? How much longer can you keep taking those hits?
I reckon if they win the Super Bowl this year,
he's done.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, you look at Rodgers from last season. He was a lot slower getting back up after the big hits. You get one wrong big hit, you're done. At that age.
I don't know. Well,
that's like you going out and playing QB.
I don't know if it was me. I would probably try and push for the Super Bowl this year. Now they got Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and that's why they've done it, and that's why they traded for Myles Garrett, in exchange for Jared Verse. That's why they gave up the draft capital. That's why they've done what they've done this offseason. But if it doesn't pan out and they don't get it in the next 2 years, it was a lot of wasted potential, essentially.
He don't care, he can quit.
he's made enough money, yeah, but he got one ring when he got there and hasn't done anything since.
No, I think this seems to be the way, doesn't it? But Jack Campbell extended. The Lions continue backing up their young core linebacker. Jack Campbell has signed an extension through the 2030 season. Detroit clearly believes he's a cornerstone piece of the defense moving forward. 2030. That's a fucking long ass contract, isn't it?
Well, not really. I mean, we're 2026 already.
Yeah, it's still 4 years, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, rookie contracts are 4 years.
Yeah, it just sounds like a long fucking time, doesn't it?
But I think the Lions. I think one of their big problems has been the linebackers. More so, the depth at linebackers haven't been able to do as much, and I think that's part of their problem. So locking up a guy that is that good is key for them.
What? Excuse me. Yeah. So if the season ended today, right now, who would you pick for the Super Bowl?
I mean, if we're basing it off, are we basing it off of last year, or are we basing it off the teams that are currently structured?
Yeah, the way that the teams are currently structured.
For the Super Bowl, I don't know. I couldn't pick the two teams for the Super Bowl. I can tell you a few teams that I can almost guarantee, if based off of their current structure. Yeah, for the playoffs. I mean, you're almost at this point. You're almost guaranteed Seahawks, Rams, Patriots.
Yeah.
It might sound biased because I'm an Eagles fan, but you look at everything on paper on the Eagles roster, there's no reason they shouldn't be back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a down year and still made the playoffs, so, the AFC side of it, I mean, Chiefs.
I was literally just about to say the Chiefs.
If they can pull themselves back together, the Broncos.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of who's in the AFC. I mean, the AFC have had a few bad teams the last few seasons, so it's trying to. Yeah, the Raiders could make a push this year. They've made some good moves this offseason. Ravens should realistically be there.
Should be, yeah.
Theory, I mean, they took Trey Hendrickson, so they've bolstered up their defense a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Theory, Bengals, if they can figure out their defense.
It's you are saying every team I was thinking, except when I said the Raiders. I don't know why, but something tells me the Raiders are going to go hard this season.
They've made a few good moves this offseason, and they capped Max Crosby.
Yeah.
So
and he's rehabbing well.
Texans.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
Texans, their defense has just been. I don't want to say filthy because that's kind of the wrong way to put it, but they have been pretty bullish, to say the least, the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, they can just figure out offense as well.
Yeah, that's why they struggled last year.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think CJ Stroud's got a lot riding on this off-season. This is a contract year for him, so if he can't figure out the offense, he may be done with the Texans.
I thought he was to be done with the Texans, to be fair, but clearly not.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, have you got anything else?
No.
No. Well, that's it from us. Thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Exleys NFL Podcast, and TikTok at TonyXley12. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. The NFL Unfiltered UK style.
That's all from us. See you next week on Exleys on the NFL, and thanks for watching.
1, 2,